Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the HermitCraft Feed the Beast server. So I'm over here at spawn. I just got done slaughtering a whole bunch of squid for these ink sacs. Now as I was killing them I was thinking maybe it'd be a good idea to set up one of those soul shard spawners for squid. I don't even know if you can do that with them, but the squid are a good source of getting the black ink, which you can turn into light gray and gray for stained glass, such as what I'm using it, also for coloring wool and other various things. That's something I'll probably be looking into, maybe off camera. I've already done a soul shard on camera. I don't know. Maybe if we got time in this episode a little bit later, we'll play around with that. But yeah, I've been making a whole bunch of the stained glass using this thermionic fabricator, and oh man, this is such a pain in the butt having to make these wax casts, having to grab like all these resources, and then every time you click you only get one piece. There's no way to like craft all, and even if you could do that you'd only be able to get 10 at a time because that's how many the wax casts can do. Oh man. Another thing that sucks about that stained glass, if you place it in the wrong spot, yep, you cannot silk touch it. I think some people got confused on that. I mentioned that a couple episodes ago, and people are still giving me grief in the comments about not using my silk touch pick on it. Well, yeah, the silk touch pick still does not work. Hey, creeper. Okay, so let's head over to our base. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm not sure what's up with this, but the cake is a lie that doesn't actually exist there. I imagine that it has some significance. This just showed up yesterday on Friday. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. I was over in the meadow area, and I guess that just turned on. I logged back into the game after, logging out for a second, and that cake was there. I was like, what the heck? I was thinking somebody was messing with me, but I was the only one on the server. But yeah, this... Not sure. I'm sure that has some significance. People have asked me to show in my video D-Max witch farm. So let's go take a look over here. He set up a soul shard. He spent a lot of time collecting witches and setting up a soul shard to make this farm. It's really awesome. These guys provide so much good stuff. If you ever have the chance in Feed the Beast to do a farm, this is what you want to do. You get the gunpowder and redstone and glowstone. So much better than just a straight creeper spawner. So these guys fall. I'm not sure exactly how far it is. I think it's like 30 blocks. I know it's further than regular mobs. These guys have a little bit more health. But yeah, they just land right on these not void pipes, the obsidian pipes. Let's see, can I see from over here? And then from the obsidian, they go into iron pipes that direct the drops all the way down to the end over here. And where'd that come from? Huh. I wonder if that popped through the glass or something. Interesting. But yeah, all of the drops are coming up here, and then they're going into these barrels. Now, I just signed on a few moments ago, and these 3 barrels right here were full. So I pulled out my portal gun, and I moved them over here, and then I put some new barrels in their place. But look at all that glowstone. 1,024 stacks. Man. That's what, 256 stacks of the glowstone, like if you put it into the stone form. And then we got the redstone. Too bad we don't have redstone blocks to compress that down. And then all of that gunpowder. Wow, so much stuff. Okay, we have sugar, spider eyes, glass bottles. I really wish you could melt those down or do something with these, but unfortunately it seems like the only thing you can do once you have a glass bottle is put potions in them, or I guess creosote oil is something else you can put in them. Yeah, very limited use, but I guess they still come in handy a little bit. Probably the worst drops these things do is sticks. I think DMAC has the sticks going in this item tesseract here. Probably way over there to our generators. I imagine that's what he's doing. Let's see. Yeah, I put a void pipe on here because this chest was just full of stuff, and there was just so many stacks of items just chilling out over here. I was like, oh, that's not good. So I replaced the barrels, emptied out what I could in this diamond chest here. This is the overflow. And yeah, just put this void pipe here just to get rid of everything else. I'm really not sure what we're gonna do with 1,024 stacks of spider eyes or sugar or glass bottles for that matter. But yeah, I'm sure DMAC has something planned for all of that. So this is the witch farm. Very good. It's a tier 5. I got the on-off switch. You can provide a redstone power to turn them off, which we might want to do, but since I put these new barrels here to collect more glowstone and redstone, I don't think we really want this turned off. And I can see no more spawning now. Just that last guy. Or girl, I guess, since they're witches. Okay, but we can turn it back on, and there we go. We got more spawning again. Oh, these things are awesome. Now, one thing that I've noticed, though, not to say anything bad about his spawner farm here, all the ones that we did over at spawn, including the cow one that I did over there, are kind of not the best that they could be. You see we have the spawner here, and then 2 blocks below that is the water, so the mobs can freely go under there without getting caught. Well, the problem with that is their heads are kind of poking up and near the spawner, so you can see it's not really spawning super fast. The best way to do this would be to raise the spawner up probably 4 more blocks, so when the witches spawn and they go into the water, they're completely outside of the range of this spawner, and it should be spawning the maximum amount all of the time. It's really not a big deal, though. You can see we're getting incredible spawn rates here, but that's only if you wanted to make it perfect. Yeah, like I said, really doesn't matter. Look at all those witches. So many. Wow. Okay. And do we have... Is this where the sticks were going? I'm not sure where those sticks were going, or if they're even going to that item tesseract. It looked like... I wonder if he has it set up somewhere else. Yeah, there's no tesseract over here. Interesting. Okay, so... let's head over to the B area. I've been doing a lot of work over there, guys. Oh, man. Okay, so let's check this out. So last episode we worked on this. It was 2 episodes ago. I started building a hexagon, and people were complaining that it just didn't look right because we had the hexagon, this edge come here to this block, and then from here we started going diagonal back this way. So we had one block, kind of a very, very pointy corner. So yeah, I looked at that after I built about 6 of these things and put the glass in. I looked at that and oh man, yeah, that started to bug me. I did it that way so they would all fit together and they could share the same walls. But then it was also suggested that I use the different colors stained glass for the different bees. So for instance, these would be copper bees, so we'd have orange glass walls. Well, you can't really do that if you have multiple different of these hexagon rooms sharing the same walls. Some of them would be in the center and surrounded by other hexagons, so there's really no way to say, okay, the color of glass on this side means this and the color of glass on that side means that. Well, you can't really do that. So I went back into creative mode and, I went into a creative world and I tried a few more designs, and what I ended up doing was making it so instead of 1 point here, we have 4. So you can see how this goes over 1, 2, over 1, 2, and then over 1, and then 1, 2. And it's the same thing on this side. So they're kind of sharing that point. So it'd be 1, 2. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, I like the way that turned out. And then I was also thinking about it, and I kind of wanted a walkway between these different rooms instead of having them all sharing the wall. That way we could have the different colored glass. So I kind of spaced them apart. They are 2 blocks. Well, I guess, yeah, 2 blocks this way, and it's 3 blocks on the diagonal, just so it's easier to walk and you're not bumping all of the time. I think this turned out pretty good. I did change the way these hives were laid out inside each of these hexagons. They just didn't work the way it was before. I believe there's now 32 hives in here, and there's a little bit of extra space around, but that's fine. Got some walking room. It doesn't need to be completely packed in there. I tried, let's see, along this walkway down the center, I have the gates on one side, and then on the other opposite side, they're on the opposite side. And that way, if you're walking through these, you know, you're not hitting into the gates and you have the full 2 blocks to walk, so I like that as well. So yeah, I've been making some of the apiaries pipes down here. These are very expensive. And then I've also been making these Antarctic gates, and these are also expensive. And each one of these cells, like I said, is 32 hives, which means we need 32 gates per one. And yeah, that is a lot of gates. Look at all of them. I think that's 4 stacks total that I have here. And to make 4 stacks of these gates, let's actually go back to the base real quick. Let's just show you guys. If you don't know how to make those gates and what's all involved, I laid out kind of the stuff here in one of these chests. Yeah, right here. So in order to make one of these Antarctic gates, you need a redstone iron chipset, a pulsating chipset, a regular gate, and a... Oh, no. Okay, so that's what you need. These 3 items. Now to make the gate, you need a redstone chipset, which is made from a piece of redstone. The pulsating chipset, you get 2 of them from 1 redstone and 1 ender pearl. And then the redstone iron chipset is 1 redstone and 1 iron ingot. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Half an ender pearl, and a couple of pieces of redstone, a piece of iron, all go into one of these gates. And then each one of these takes probably 30 seconds or so with the setup that we have right now. You can make it faster with the more lasers that you put in on the... what table is that called? Oh... I can't... the assembly table. There we go. I couldn't think of the name of that for some reason. Yeah. The more lasers you add to the assembly table, the faster the crafts go. And I think we have 15 lasers, something like that, but it takes a very long time. To make 3 stacks of that took me, I think it was about 1.5 hours or 2 hours total of just AFK time waiting for everything to complete. So yeah, I think getting an assembly table with a lot more lasers in the future is something we're going to be looking at. For now, that works, and I don't really know if I'm going to get all of these hives up and running today. That's really not in the plan. What I want to do is get like the copper bees going, and I want to get the tin bees going. I think this is going to be the tin over here. Now I made this different color stained glass for the different bees, and I'm not sure which one's going to be tin and which one's going to be a different mineral. We're going to have to look at that. And today I want to set these up to be automatic, which means hooking up some pipes, figuring out the logic for how the bees go and where all the drops go and all that stuff. I don't know if we're going to set up all the centrifuges and all that, but I want a central collection point for all these hives, for all the extra drones and all of the combs that they make, and I want to make all the hives automatic. So let me get some things together, and we will be right back. Okay guys, I got a few things together, and one of the other things that I need to do is, you can see here we have a barrel full of bees, 207 queens. That is a lot. So when you're quarrying, you get a whole bunch of these stone queens and the stone bees. Yeah, unless you're actually breeding the stone bees themselves, these are not super useful. But what I want to do is go ahead and pick this barrel up. Just go ahead and set it down. Right there is fine, and let's put a new barrel in its place. I don't think we have the quarry going right now, so we shouldn't be getting any more, but just for when the next time those go. Saw that moving over there. I was like, what the heck? Okay, so yeah, we want to go ahead and take these, these bees. It's the G, letter G that I'm hitting to pick this up, and we want to take this through our portal. Oh, hey. Okay, it's back here. Here we go. Awesome. Yeah, I didn't know you could actually put these through the portal until, I think yesterday or the day before. Just trying it out, and I was like, oh yeah, you can do that, huh? That's cool. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to take these bees over here. Now, you need a queen for every, or I guess a princess, for every single hive. Why you disappear? That's weird. I don't know why it's done that, but yeah, okay, well, it's there. All right, so we want to take some of these bees and we want to go ahead and just stick a rocky princess in each one of these apiaries. Okay, so if we're doing copper bees, why are we putting rocky queens or rocky princess in here? Well, if you didn't know, and you're not using the advanced bees, or the extra bees, I should say, if you get like about 10 or so of the purebred drones that you want, that type of bee, you can stick the 10 drones in here and just put the system on automatic, so when they breed and they die off, the princess goes back in here and it mates up with that same drone if you had a stack of 10. After so many sessions of breeding or life cycles or whatever, eventually the princess turns into that same type of drone that you had. Now, where was that? Was it right here? It's so weird that that's invisible. I wonder if I do a light update, if that would fix it. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, so you can go ahead and clone the type of bees that you want with a different species and, you know, eventually have a new hive full of the same purebreds that you want. Now, in this process, we're going to make a whole bunch of throwaway drones, things that are not what we want. That'll be like rocky, corroded hybrids or something. Those will just end up being liquefied and turning into liquid DNA, and for use with the extra bee machines that I still have not played around with yet. I don't know anything about those. I've seen a few things on the wiki, and the stuff that they can do looks pretty cool. Like, you don't have to breed your bees all the way pure. You can just inject them with a serum, and then they get those traits. So that's something I'm definitely going to be looking at doing in the future. Yeah, so we're almost done here. Just got 4 more after this. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. Very good. Okay, so that is partially done. Let's put the rest of these princesses away. We're going to need the rest of these to fill up over here, and whichever other one of these we're going to do. I do want tin, and I probably want to get iron. Iron's very useful as well. Okay, so the sun's going down. Let me go sleep real quick, and we will resume on a brand new day. Okay, so one thing you may have noticed out here in my meadow area, you can't really see it right now, but I chopped down pretty much all of the trees that I had growing there. I have the saplings up above in that chest up there, but in chopping down all those trees, I got so many of these chestnuts. So many of them. And then these hoppers up here are pretty much full. Oh, I almost feel like those chestnuts are broken. Once you get these trees, you have basically unlimited seed oil. I was trading with these villagers to get the apiaries. I was just trading them the logs. I think they want 16 or 20, something like that. Maybe it was 24. So I was trading these guys, and you can only trade them like 2 or 3 times, and they're like, nope, you gotta trade us something else. So that kind of stinks. So then I realized, oh, well, you know, I got all this wood, I have all the seed oil, I can just make the impregnated casings for the apiaries myself. So I just kept throwing logs in there, the chestnuts, and oh man, it was just going through so much of this stuff, but hardly using any of these chestnuts. I think I'm going to have these chestnuts here for like forever. We got this tank full of stuff. Man, good stuff there. That definitely, if you're going to be doing stuff with bees and you want seed oil, do the tree breeding, get the chestnuts. It's definitely the way to go. Okay, so here we go. Also, down below, I have dug out a, was it 3 high? Yeah, 3 high clearance. So we can run some pipes and then have the pipes going somewhere and have this space for something. But I've also dug out underneath all of these things. Well, just directly underneath the hives, or at least the honeycomb area. And then I've broken down the walls between the neighboring honeycombs or hexagon rooms, just so we can walk and have pretty much access down underneath all of these things. So this is pretty cool. I also like the way this looks on the map. Yeah, as you can see, we have 7 right around where I'm standing, and then we have 4 more. So there's a total of 11 of these hexagon-shaped rooms. And yeah, I plan on doing even more. I think, like I said before, each of these hexagons are going to contain one type of bee, and I know there's a whole bunch of bees that I want to get going. Some of these might be overkill, but it's better to have more than not enough as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so we have the hive up here. The autarkic gate is going to pull out when there's items in inventory. It's going to go into this apiarist pipe, and we want to go into white. We want this to be any bees, so they will cycle through. And then we want to have, is it black? I can't remember. Let's put a pipe here. Yeah, we want black to be, to be anything. I think, oh, I can't do that. Oh, come on. Click on the right thing. Yeah, we want, well, what other items, what other options do we have? We have items, any bees, drones, princesses, queens, purebred bees. Huh, maybe I should use purebred bees for this option instead of any bees. Nocturnal, pure nocturnal, strong, pure flyers, cave dwellers. What is, oops, I clicked the wrong thing. I didn't know that there were all these options before. I haven't really looked at all these. Okay, so yeah, I think we just want anything. This setup is pretty much good. Once we get the purebred bees in there, they're going to do exactly what we want anyway. So I don't actually want one of those pipes. I want an iron pipe here. And then we're going to take some of the stone pipe and come along here. And then we're going to do another iron pipe, stone pipe. Yep, stone pipe, iron, stone, and finally an iron pipe. And then this is going to connect somewhere. I will probably have it meet up here with this one. You can do an iron. That's going to come over this way. Iron. And we can have this meet up here. Whoops. Wrong place. Ooh, actually, can I do that? Because this pipe right here is going to interfere. Yeah, because if I put a pipe here, those are going to connect, and that's going to circumvent the apiarist pipe, and I don't want that. Let's see, how would, I guess I could, instead of coming right there, I could come over one more and then go over this way. Yeah, I think that's probably the way we're going to want to do this. And then obviously these pipes, they need to have the clear side going this direction. So let's go ahead and swap these around. Yep, just like that. Okay, and then over here, we want that. And then I need to do something here. I'm not quite sure where we're going to have these pipes ending up. Maybe like right here we'll have a chest or something. But the problem is on this 4x3 area here, if there was another hive or another hexagon in this corner here, and this would be like the connecting path between them, similar to how we have a connecting path here. So I really don't want to obstruct that. I guess another option would be is I can have all of the bees and all the pipes connect to an item tesseract, and from there we can ship it off to somewhere else to be for processing. That is definitely another option. Or we could open up further down below and have a processing floor for all of this stuff. Yeah, that's something that I haven't thought about quite yet. But give me a moment. Let me add some of these pipes here and we will get things going. Okay, so I've been playing with these pipes for a bit and I think I came up with a way that I want to get them laid out. Now, it's not the prettiest way, but it's certainly going to work. So each of these rows, they just go all the way over, kind of like what we saw before, and then they come down to this main pipe right here. All of these have the items, they can only go this direction all the way down. Then when they reach this pipe, they can only go down this way. Actually, now that I'm seeing this, I think I'm going to need an additional iron pipe here to prevent items from going back this way and then bouncing and then coming back around all the way over here, because if that happens like on this one, that item's going to be in the pipe for so long, going all the way down and all the way back again. Yeah, so definitely I'm going to need iron pipes right here. Yeah, good thing I just noticed this. That would have been bad. It's kind of a flaw in this design, I guess. Well, it's not really a flaw, because now it's fixed and now it works. We just got to flip these pipes around here. 2 clicks, 2 clicks. Awesome. Okay, so I also realized on these very first ones, we don't need an iron pipe, because once the bees come through here, there's only one direction for them to go. And once they go past this iron pipe, there's no way for them to go back this way. So yeah, we can save some iron pipes up here. We have to use the additional ones down here at the end. Now, another thing I can do to improve this just a bit is probably add in some gold pipes in here, because by the time the bees come all the way down here, they're going to be going really slow. We'll see if it becomes a problem. There's just too many bees clogging up in these pipes. We want to get them through fast, and the golden pipes would help that out quite a bit. So all the bees and all the items will collect down here, and in this first diamond pipe, on the blue section and on the white section, I have them blocked. I just put my advanced diamond drill there so no items can go back, backflow out. In the black, we have the copper combs, so that'll go in here. Same thing on this one. The blue I have blocked. Black, we have the comb. So, yep. And then on this final barrel down here, I put the corroded bees, because that's the only thing I want in this barrel is these purebred corroded bees. Now, when we first start breeding these bees, we're going to have a whole bunch of weird hybrids and things that don't match that corroded bee. In fact, I should probably throw one in here just so I know what's in this barrel. Let's do this. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to have this. We're probably going to have some rocky corroded hybrids and, you know, various other things. And those will all go down here to this chest. What the heck? Why are those jumping around? This is going to be my junk bee chest. All the bees in up here are going to be liquefied. So yeah. Okay, so to get this started, let's start over here at the very back. I also brought over these chocolate frames. I want to put these chocolate frames in all of these hives so they can die off faster and get purebred faster and get to the bees, the type that we want. So yeah, back here we want to just go ahead and throw in, I guess that many of these bees, the corroded drones and the rocky princess. This is set for items in inventory to item pulls or energy pulls. Any bee is going to go in the white path, which is up back into the hive, and anything else is going to go the black path, which is down into that sorting system. So I think at this point we just gotta let nature work. And we will eventually get the bees that we want. I'm going to have to go and put in some of the chocolate frames in here just so we can speed up this process and get our purebred bees going as fast as possible. Other than that, this is pretty much set up for these copper bees. So we're going to have loads of copper very soon without having to mine anything for them, which is great. Okay, so let me finish this up. Put some chocolate frames in here, wait a little while, and we will be back. Well, it looks like these bees are now becoming purebred. This one just had a child that had 3 that stacked. Yep, they're all going back right in here. So these are purebred copper bees now. Very awesome. After about 2 or 3 generations, the stone bees lost their... they need the stone trait for the flower, and they gained the flower trait. So I had to go and grab some roses and just kind of plop those roses around. So these guys would continue on, and yeah, the bees are kind of putting flowers everywhere now. And I've noticed that down below, we're actually getting flowers down here as well. So I might have to change these floors to be stone or wood, or I really like this lime wood that I have outlining all of the different hexagon rooms. So I might use this too. I'm not sure yet. But, yeah, this system is working pretty well now. I had to go over and get another chest because we were just getting a whole bunch of these different bees. These are all the ones that are not what we want, non-purebred bees. Slightly different from the pure ones that we have. But as you can see, we have the bees coming through the pipes, and the items come through the pipes, and everything gets sorted and ordered very, very nicely. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing any of these purebred bees for a while, because the way this system is set up, each of these hives are going to get 64, I guess 63 will be in here, before any additional ones come through the pipes and fill up this chest. But eventually, we're going to be getting a whole bunch of bees going into that chest. Yeah, these need to be put over and liquefied somehow. But yeah, we can see that we've gotten a decent amount of these copper combs already. And that's, you know, while they've been breeding up and becoming purebred. And here comes another copper comb. Very good. Nice. So yeah, this is going to pay off. I'm willing to bet overnight we're probably going to get quite a few stacks of this stuff ready to be turned into copper. We're going to have to set up a whole array of centrifuges to handle all of the rocky combs and the combs that we want that have all the good stuff in it. Off camera, I'm going to hook up the iron bees and the tin bees. I'm not sure which one's which, but we're going to get those going as well. And then probably next episode or soon, we're going to work on a processing room for all of these things. So all of the automatic combs that we get will be automatically processed and turned into bars and all of that good stuff. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. Yep. Thanks you for watching, and we'll see you next time.